Hi there, it's Cheryl Truesdale, and I'm thrilled that you're here with me for this episode of Cheryl Shares TV, your station for inspiration. Now today, what was I going to say? Oh, this is embarrassing. What was I going to say? I'm just kidding. Did I worry you? You know what? I am so sorry to trick you, but I wanted to catch your attention in a way that relates to today's topic. So if you haven't guessed it already, today I want to talk about the damaging effects of worrying too much. If like me, you're a worrywart, you know how uncomfortable this can be. And the reason why I bring this up is because worrying like this, left unchecked, can even lead to death. But fortunately, I guess, I've had a lot of experience managing worry. So I took a minute to reflect on what are the strategies that I've used. And you know what? One of the best ones rose to the top instantly in my mind. And just by using this one strategy, I was able to break the worry cycle and put an end to just the torture that excessive worrying can cause. Would you like to hear my strategy? If so, stay tuned as I share how to break the worry cycle. Now, I think it is quite a normal part of human nature to have a healthy concern for things that are important to you. Things that are happening in your family or in your personal life or even in the world around you. But the problem comes in when healthy concern crosses the line and turns into the destructive habit of excessive worry. So with excessive worry, your mind and your body, they kind of go into overdrive, don't they? And this can have some really damaging side effects on your body. It can do things like suppress your immune system. I know it affects my digestion, so it can affect your digestion. It causes muscle tension. It can even cause short-term memory loss because of all the chemicals that kind of cloud your mind when you're worrying. And in worst case scenario, it has even led to heart attacks. So the important thing to determine is, how do you know when you have crossed over from healthy concern into the destructive habit of excessive worry? Well, I have learned to identify some red flags that tell me when I have crossed over from having a healthy concern about something into being excessively worried about something. So when my mind goes there and starts thinking about all the possible things that could go wrong over and over and over again, it doesn't take long before my body starts to feel it. I don't know about you, but I get an upset stomach. Have you ever literally been sick from worry? I definitely get tension in my shoulder and in my neck. Can you say tension? Headache. And you know what? There have even been times where I have felt tightness in my chest. How scary is that? So if you can relate to any of those symptoms I was just talking about, in this episode, I'm going to share something that will give you some much needed relief. It is time to get empowered and put excessive worry in its place. Sound good? Since it's nearly impossible to stop worrying, it makes sense that we come up with ways to manage worry when it becomes a problem. Simply telling yourself to stop worrying usually doesn't work, not for long anyway. You may be able to distract it or suppress it for the moment, but that never seems to eliminate it. And as a matter of fact, that can actually make it stronger, and it can even make it more persistent. But you know what? That doesn't mean that there is no way to reduce worry. You just need to try a different approach. And this is where the strategy postponing worry comes in. Rather than trying to stop it, you just give yourself permission to do it later during what I like to call a worry session. A great way to break the worry cycle is by setting a time and a place to do your worrying. That is a worry session. And they're really easy to create, and they have fabulous results. You just simply tell yourself, I'm going to set this time and this place to do my worrying, and I would recommend not making the sessions any more than 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. And it's also a good idea to designate the same place and the same time each day if you can do that. Just be careful not to put it too close to bedtime, and you can probably imagine why. So when you're in your worry session, you have permission to think and ponder about whatever is on your mind. However, during the rest of the day, that is designated a worry-free zone. So during the day, when a worried thought comes up, just simply postpone it to later by writing it down and saying, hey, I'm going to do that later. I'm going to worry about that later, so I don't need to worry about it now. And that way you can just continue on with the rest of your day. So here are some great tips to get the most out of your worry session. Number one, go over your worry list. So reflect back over the thoughts that you wrote down during the day. Now, if you find those thoughts are still troubling you, allow yourself to worry about them, but only for the amount of time that you have specified for your worry session. And if those thoughts don't bother you anymore, well, cut your worry session short and just go on enjoying the rest of your day. And number 2, question your worried thoughts. Here are some great questions you can ask. Is it my problem? Do I have control over it? Have I already done everything about it I can? Is it imminent? If it's not imminent, go ahead and write it down on your list to worry about another day. And I like to ask myself this question: what would I tell a friend who had that worry? Make sense? And number 3, read quotes on worry to change your perspective. There are tons of them out there on Google. And here's one that I really love. Worrying doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles, it takes away today's peace. Reading realistic quotes like this is a good way to encourage yourself, and I have found that a proper dose of perspective many times makes my worried thoughts just vanish. So there you have it, how to break the worry cycle. Now, as you develop your ability to postpone worry, you're going to realize that you have much more control over your worrying than you think. So go try a worry session and let me know how it goes for you by leaving a comment under the video over at CherylTruesdale.com. So, do you feel inspired now? If so, would you like to inspire someone you know who could use a little love, hope, and inspiration to brighten their day? Got someone in mind? Then all you need to do to make a difference in their life right now is simply share this video with them. I am honored that you're here with me for this episode of Cheryl Shares TV. Now, to make sure you get your regular dose of inspiration, head on over to CherylTruesdale.com and sign up for email updates. That way you'll never miss an episode. And remember, you are amazing. You do matter, and you most certainly do deserve to live a happy life that you love. I'll see you soon, my friend. Bye.